Hmm. Hello everybody. Welcome Fillmore here on the 7th of July 2024. 7th of the 7th. 24. Just took a shower. And brushing my hair. Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking of stuff, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh. My hair's getting longer. And it's not much to say. I'm like, once in when I was there. It's like, eh. You know, like when you cry, and your face like that. Some people look pretty like when I do that. I don't, do I? At least would. Not in my face to go when I wince. No, it doesn't. It's like, yeah. Alright, well, hello everybody. Welcome to Fillmore here. Doing a little video. I'll play some guitar today, probably. I don't know. Kind of forcing myself. I had some coffee and I took a shower, so it kind of gave me some energy. You know, get that energy. Go, okay. I was doing that thing where I was like doing one of my old songs every day. Now I'm not in the mood for that anymore. Until I get back in the mood to do it again. I just can't do the same thing every day. I get in the mood for it and I do it, and then until I'm not in the mood, and then I do something else. I'm kind of in the mood to talk, and the mood to play a few covers maybe, and maybe make up some songs on the spot. It's that kind of that's what I'm in the mood for. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. I've been posting some of them. Some of them like long videos where I talk about when I first started playing guitar. It's like weird. You know, that's like I see a lot of older fellas on YouTube, you know, playing guitar. It's like when I watch my videos. You know, I watch my videos and then it's on autoplay, so it keeps playing, and then it goes to some other guy with gray hair, older guy, playing guitar. So I guess the algorithm is like that guy's old because he's got gray hair. So let's go to some other guy who's old with gray hair, right? Because gray hair means old. I love that. It's like when people like dye their hair. It's like, okay, they look really good for their age, and all of a sudden they stop dyeing their hair, and then the gray shows. It's like, whoa, they got old all of a sudden. How that happened? Whoa! It's just because of the gray. You know, gray, what causes gray hair? The melanin. There's no melanin, so there's no color. It's like with albinos, the same thing. They have white hair because they have no melanin in the skin follicles, so they don't. So that creates the white. So you're losing melanin in your hair follicles. That's all it is. It's like it's one of those things. It's like bad eyesight. It's one of those things that it just happens. It happens to most people, you know. And it's like it happens. It happens at different times. Some like eyesight, bad eyesight. Some people get bad eyesight right at when they're like 1 or 2 years old. Some happens when they're in their teens. Some happens when they're in their 30s. Some happens when they're in their 70s. So it just happens at different times. Same thing with gray hair. Some people get gray hairs earlier, like myself, and some people get it later. You know, it's just with me. It's hereditary. My father also went gray early, so people are like, it's great, gotta be old. We're doing great on that guitar. We're gonna play an old guy playing guitar. How do they do it? You do like realize that most of those guys who are old were like those guys who played great guitar like in the 60s and 70s. You go, look at all those great like guitar bands. Well, those guys are like probably in their 80s now. You know what I mean? Like Angus Young and Jimmy Page. I think the best guitarists of all time, if Jimi Hendrix was still alive, they would all be old guys in their 80s, and you'd be like, we're gonna play guitar. It's like the best guitarists of all time in rock and roll, and you're like, look at them play guitar. Keep going. You're doing great. You guys are too weird, man. I blame global warming on all. I'm blaming the global warming and the greenhouse effect. Yeah, it's something, It's like, well, yeah, but yeah, I've been writing songs for a very long time. Since well, the first song I actually wrote was when I was in junior high school. So, and I was like in like 1988, and and then really started to write when I was about 18, 19, and that was like in the mid 90s. You know, so around there, and yeah. So a lot of my early songs, like that I play, that you might see now, like Cougar, Your Company. Those all songs were written about 1992, 1993, around there. But people are like, "Ooh, that's a good new song." I was like, "Well, I wrote it about 30 years ago." Just written a lot of songs, and I still write songs. It's one of those things, man. It's just when you're creative, it's just there. It's just part of you. It's just not like you get different ideas at different times. That's the way creativity works. Some people get like writer's block. You know why they get writer's block? Because they expect everything on that subject to come out at that one time, and it doesn't always work that way. I know when I write a song, what I do is I try to write as much. I try to think about the subject, and then I try to what comes to me, and everything that comes to me, I write down. And even the things that don't come to me, maybe I leave a blank space there or something, but I write down everything that comes to me, and then I'll let it sit for a day, and then I'll come back next day, and then the mind gets to work on it like a little bit, think about it, and then it thinks on the other stuff and starts to fill it in. And then and that works pretty good. That's what I do. It's like sometimes I need a different word in that one spot, and I'll be like, what word can I fit in that one spot? And then just don't think about it. Just come back to it, and then the mind just kind of formulates it. You know, it just kind of comes in kind of patches. Like let's say I'm writing a song about, I don't know, you know, like I wrote a song called Your Car, and I was like, I didn't know how it would go, but I wanted to write a song about cars and how they spew out carbon, and so I was like, I knew what it was going to be about, so I knew it was going to be called Your Car, or Car, the Car, a car. So I was like, and then I was like, so the first thing I started thinking about was, so the first word that came to me was your car you drive every day comes my way every day. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of comes to me. Just kind of think about it. And it's like, your car you drive every day. It comes to me, comes my way every day. I see it. I see it there. I see it there. I see it everywhere. It comes from nowhere, and then it's there, and then it's there. Or whatever. And it's alright. Right, like I'm talking or thinking about it. That's how stories are. It's just telling it like a story. And so that's what I did. That's what I did with the song. And it's pretty good. Your car, you drive every day, comes my way every day. And then it's about this car, and then I kind of compared, people's cars to wheelchairs, four-wheeled wheelchairs, because it's almost like when you see someone in a car, they're like driving around, they don't even touch the ground, and it's electronic like a wheelchair. Basically, like you're sitting in a chair, and you're controlling it like a wheelchair with four wheels. It's like basically that's what a car is, and people drive it everywhere. It's like people will just to go one block, they will get in that car, drive instead of just walking that block. And then while they're doing it, it spews out a lot more carbon than we need. We have a lot of carbon in the atmosphere, more than we need, and the cars spew out more. And the more carbon we have, the more the heat stays in. See, the light from the sun comes to us and then it reflects out. But when carbon is in the atmosphere, it keeps the light from going back into space. So it keeps it in, so the heat stays in. See what I'm saying? And that's the greenhouse effect. You're like, why is carbon so bad? Because that's what it does. It keeps in all that extra heat, and the extra heat is what will potentially melt the polar caps, and raise the level of the oceans. Because there's a lot of water in that ice. It's ice, and it's contained. But when it becomes water, it's more water. It will raise the level of the. Imagine if all the polar caps were melted, all that ice was melted. It would add much more water. You go, well, it's contained. Why would? Yeah, it's it's different. Um, so yeah,